Alright, well, I'm here with another TIG video, TIG cooler to be precise. This is AliExpress 18 liter TIG cooler. It was about $208 when I think they were having a sale. Yeah, I did a couple little mods to it, which is what I am sharing today. For starters, I got a CK TIG Master 20 torch with it came with different ends on it. These here for the water lines. I ended up cutting them off and using the quick connects that came with the TIG cooler, and so far they don't leak, so that's good. I have about 2 gallons of distilled water in here, and the water line's right here. It's pretty hard to see with the camera. There, you kind of can see it. I added a flow alarm to this. I added an electric fan instead of the metal fan that it came with, which is here. I'll show that in a second. It does come with these 2 lines. Pretty nice hose, actually. You can make an adapter in between these hoses and the CK torch if you don't want to cut your ends off, but then you got to get fittings and whatnot. I went the cleaner out. Hopefully it doesn't affect anything down the road. I have not used this yet. I don't see why it would, though. And I took the liberty of pulling off all of the screws already, so I can just pop this cover for you. You do have to take the lid off. And here it is. It looks pretty identical to the HTP. I mean, they're all probably very identical. But they looks pretty identical to the HTP one that this old Tony tore apart. It does have a Chinese motor on it though, and that one was an Italian made motor. But yeah, you get what you pay for. It's got a dual core radiator in it. That's the electric fan I put in. It's a 240 millimeter Thermalake. I just use zip ties to hold it in place. Doesn't really go anywhere or do anything, so it should be perfectly fine. I added in a flow meter sensor. The one I found, it said that it was normally closed and goes to open, and it is the opposite of what I would have liked to have on here, which is why I have a relay in here. And then I got a power supply for like an LED driver. Maybe put LEDs in here at some point in time. I do not know. That sounds very exciting. But it's got 100 watt power capacity. And I think this thing, the flow meter was like 0.5 watts or less, 0.3. And this was like a 3 watt max. So I got plenty of power. And it goes up to the flow meter. They have switches to be able to turn off the flow meter, and I know some people were complaining about the alarm going off when they first turn it on, or if they're running 25-foot long hose, which is what I have there. If you are, here, I can turn it on for you. Oh, the cheaper one does have, these cheaper Chinese ones do have a screen filter, and it does have a drain plug on the bottom of the tank. So that is also pretty cool. I powered the driver after the switch, so I'm not, pulling constant power from the driver. And it just kind of zip tied everything together to be clean. I could have cut like the fan line down shorter, and this would have been a little cleaner. And this power cord I have in here could be a hair bit shorter. I kind of wrapped it around for right now. But I'm going to work with it for a little bit, probably never touch it again once it starts functioning. I will turn it on here, and the flow alarm does go off for a second or two right when I turn it on, just because there's no water, in the system up here where the meter is. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. There it goes. And now it's done. So I don't really feel a need to put in a switch for it. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. If I go to plug the line, I'm squeezing it with my finger, goes off and comes back on right away. 25-foot line, no issues there. I know some people cap this overflow line if it gets pinched or something, but I didn't have to do anything with that. The fan is super quiet. The motor's actually got a nice little hum to it, as you can hear. I thought about, maybe lining the case with some kill mat or car sound deadening. But I'm gonna get it all hooked up and see how it goes first before I waste any more money on this, because it was as I said, it was $208 for this. I think the fan was about $13, $13 to $20. The driver was $15. This is a 22 millimeter flow meter beeper, light beeper, and it was a 2-pack for $9 maybe, $7 or $9. And then the relay was 2 of them for a couple bucks. You can buy whole packages of them for pretty cheap. I actually had one here and didn't realize it, and I bought more. I think that is how a lot of people's garages go. There is a aviation connector back here, aviator connection with 2 prongs. I have no clue why they put that in there. But maybe I'll figure out something for it at some point in time. And then I got the 120 volt version. I don't even know if they offer 220 for this, but my next mod, and the parts are coming today, is to convert this plug over to the back of my HTP plug here. And I will share the part numbers for that. This, it has a 4-prong connector there. It's 220 volts, but I should be able to run off of the 2 legs for 120. And yeah, so that is about it. This video was actually a little bit longer than I thought. So I can share part numbers if you want. Everything's pretty easy to find on Amazon though. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. Thanks for watching.